Good evening, Wolf Nation. This is your captain speaking. My friends, it is Friday night and your weekend has officially started. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Realm Hatton Project. My name is Eric von Wolfenstein, and we're missing one tonight. Gort is out in Arizona following his lifelong dream of becoming a rodeo cowboy. So, God bless.
And might we say yeehaw, partner?
Yeah. But we do have Mr. Joseph. How are you, sir?
Super friggin' duper, man. It's Friday night. The mood is right. Gonna have some fun. We're gonna show them how it's done. TGIF.
TGIF. You remember that too, huh?
I got it tattooed on my inner thigh just in case.
Oh, that's weird.
The other side's a little slippery when wet.
And with his camera off, EE Prime's here. What's up, dude?
Hi. What's up, people?
So, gentlemen, how was your week?
Good. Long. Good. The dogs have decided, hey, we went up at 2 a.m. now. So that's been going on for a week. And we're tired. But other than that, good. Wishing work-related, wishing adults could act like adults and not like kids. But, that is what that is. Can't expect too much nowadays. EE?
I'm alive. I survived another week. That's about all I got to say about this week.
Yeah?
That's about it.
Any fun stories?
Nope.
No? You all right? You all right, buddy?
Yeah. This is a long week.
Are the Knicks losing already?
No, they're winning.
Good. Good.
How about you?
Me?
You.
Well, I turned 45 on Tuesday. So I'm on the wrong side of 40. Life Crisis will be starting next week, so get ready for that. The Ferrari's on pre-order.
I was going to say, is it a car, is it a woman, or is it a job?
Oh, yeah, I got a well, we haven't told Crystal yet, but
it's not a Ferrari. It's a 4-foot-tall Metroplex. That's your midlife crisis.
Is that my midlife crisis?
As big as Wolfie, the thing's gonna fall on him, and that's how we'll find him.
It's funny because that would be more accepted in the house than a Ferrari would. That's just the house I live in. But other than that, no, it's been a quiet week here. I've been trying to get my shelves in order. I have so many things to unbox. It's not even funny. But I'm building shelves. I'm making risers. I'm trying to make a nice room. One day I want to actually broadcast in that room. So
yeah, if I wanted to broadcast downstairs in my collection space, like my main collection space, I'd have to do more stuff. Like I have to get a laptop, Wi-Fi. I mean, I got Wi-Fi in the house, but you know what I mean. So
wait, that where you're at now is not your collection room.
No. No, the only thing collection-wise I've gotten here, which you all can't see, is in front of me. Y'all remember like the Dreamwave comic posters?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some of them in front of me, beside me over here, over this way as well. Some D&D stuff, posters. Back kind of here, I got like a, the typical 1990s fake wood TV stand, and I've got like my PS2 is still on it with an old CRT TV, and a couple collection things over there, some Transformers, some Muppets, some D&D stuff. And you all can see what's behind me. And then over here on this side is actual bookcase with books in it. I'm a big Dragonlance fan, and I've probably got 100 and some, maybe close to 200 like Dragonlance novels. Let's see here, Sherlock Holmes collection, all of his books.
What is? I'm sorry to interrupt. What is Dragonlance?
Dragonlance is a setting, so like all of these books take place in the same Dragonlance world. So even though like it could take place over different centuries or on different continents, it'd be like Earth series. So like you could have like a novel that takes place and follows characters in North America, and then you could there's other books in the series that might take place like 300 years ago in Australia. So like just Dragonlance is kind of like the setting, the world, things like that.
It's D&D. It's like Vox Machina is just another setting, and their Critical Role, what they do is just another world, another setting in D&D. Funny you mentioned Dragonlance. They made a big announcement today.
No.
Hosts, they're bringing back Weiss and Hickman.
Nice.
And Joe Manganiello they're working on some huge project for Dragonlance. They bring them back. They made that announcement today. I saw.
That's cool. I've heard that he's wanted to do like a live action, but it's just hadn't got any footing or anything like that and whatnot.
It got canceled.
Yeah. I actually hated to read. Like I used to hate to read. I didn't enjoy it, didn't like it at all. Until I found Dragonlance books. And I was at a Books a Million in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I saw the cover of the very first. I didn't know it was the very first Dragonlance book, and I saw the cover and I was like, man, that looks kind of cool, right? And picked it up. I couldn't put it down, dude. And I try to read that series at least once a year, if not every other year. But I love Dragonlance, and you may like it. It's called The Rage, The Right, and The Ruin. It's 3 separate books. It's in the Forgotten Realm setting.
Forgotten Realms or Dragonlance setting?
Forgotten Realm setting.
Okay.
Yeah, The Rage, The Right, and The Ruin. But this is like the collection stuff behind me here is like, this is my homage spaces right now. So top shelf is my Legends Transformers, and then I got, this is my homage to Ghostbusters, Turtles, and then down on this side, here is He-Man, Masterverse, and Origins. And I've got below there where this is at, where it's spooky. That's that. I got that Power Ranger Megazord sitting there that just came out.
Scott, you never read a Dragonlance book because you have to learn how to read first.
There's no pictures except the
pew
cover.
pew pew. Shots fired.
Yeah, no. But I'm running out. I've ran out of space up here. Next thing is like, do I want to replace this TV stand over here with like, I could probably get 2 more bookshelves in there. But like, that's also, again, PS2, my old CRT TV, my old stereo system from the 90s. It's got like the 3-disc CD changer, the dual cassette tape deck, and surround sound, the dynamic bass boost. So but yeah, downstairs is my main collection. That's all Transformers.
Hold on. We're not live.
What?
We're not live.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
I'm watching this on YouTube.
What?
It says go live up top.
I'm watching this on YouTube right now.
We are on YouTube. I can confirm.
Oh, I'm gonna lie to you?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
That's weird.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, we're getting comments too. Maybe one of us is not live. You ever think about that?
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely live.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. Everyone's watching us, so okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. I was panicking.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just scheduled.
But yeah, no, this is just some of my stuff. We eventually, once Courtney saw JD and Chan's house. She's like, hey, can like she loves that, like that's their house. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
them. They've taken it and made it their shoes. Do you think we can start doing that? And I said, the hell yes. You know, so I've started getting pictures and stuff up on the walls out in like the living spaces and stuff like that. I got a laser level. I want to try to get all that done. So, I mean, I know you wanted to go first. You came in with that big energy.
Well,
And
no, I
got
was just asking about your room in there, so you should
yeah.
you should show us the other room one day. I'd like to see that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I gotta clear out Courtney's beading material and resin stuff first, because I made that space mine, and then she came in with her crafty stuff, which is fine. But now it's taken over.
Understood. What's up, everyone in the chat squad? I see you, Toy Mafia. I see you, Scotty, Jeff, Dante, or Esteban, excuse me. Good to see everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, topic-wise, we don't really have a big topic to talk about. We decided we're just going to grab some things, grab little topics around, and we're just going to bring them to us, or bring it to you, excuse me. Anything we found interesting that happened this week, or maybe we want to show you something, I don't know. But I'm going to go first. And we got some news this week that the Skybound Energon universe is coming to TV. They're making an animated series. Got right in front of me on TFW. Energon Universe adult animated series based on comic from Hasbro and Skybound, with Joe Henderson as showrunner, hitting TV marketplace. So they are planning something. It's going to be involve the G.I. Joe crossover as well. Probably the Void Rivals. I'm excited for this personally. I like that they use the word adult in there. So it's not going to be like your typical old school cartoon with villain of the week. They do stupid shit and, good guys win. I do love the Energon universe quite a bit. I am a fan of those books. I'm not caught up as everyone. I'm just collecting the trades as they're going, as they come out. But I'm interested to see. I think G.I. Joe and Transformers, just for me personally, I think they work better animated. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not. But
Agreed.
What does everyone think of this? Let's go around. Scott or Joe, we'll start with you.
Look, I've got an extra 1.5 feet on Scott. Okay, I know you can't tell sitting down, but
wow.
I agree. Like, so I think, I'll be honest, I think most of what we collect in our hobbies is always going to be better animated, and this is no exception. You can do a lot more with it. You can flesh out the characters a little bit more. You don't have to play to egos necessarily. Like, yeah, I'm sure voice actors have some of those egos about them, but it's not like, oh, well, we're gonna bring the Rock in, and well, his clause says that he can't lose, he can't look weak, so we have to accomplish that with him. And then
I don't want the Rock anywhere near this.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
And I don't think you're going to have that. So I think you can do a lot more with it. And you can explore more with it. You don't have to worry about, like, well, we can't go and do this because it's not in the budget. And those CGIs to take it to space is just going to be way too much. And, every part that we, transform's got to be its own CGI piece, and that's going to cost money. I mean, I think I wholeheartedly agree there. And, I agree with G Squared, where it was just like cautiously optimistic. Like, I went into Transformers 1 thinking I'm just going to watch it because I'm a Transformers fan. I'm going to enjoy it for a fun romp that it may be, because I think we all agree how when it was presented, it was like, this is just going to be goofy kids movie, right? And then it was actually a really good movie. And I think moving forward, I want that same energy, but I am cautiously optimistic. Right, because we do. Yes, it's adult, but how adult is it going to be? Like, is it aimed us adults, or is it aimed at adults who are like 20?
Mm-hmm.
I'm cautiously optimistic, but I mean anything that hits those nostalgia feels, keeps the Transformer franchise in good standing, a strong franchise, relevant. I'm all for it. Even if it's not for me, right? If this comes out and I'm like, you know what, it's good, but it's just not me. Cool. I'm happy with it because I'm happy for the franchise because it helps this stuff to come staying. Yep, pre-order that. That looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Um,
So, Joe, I would say that since the Energon book is basically G1 oriented,
mm-hmm.
like they are G1 designs, I think that it is going to be aimed towards us and us old time fans. I mean, I'm sure there'll be the kids can jump in if they want to, but I think it's what's going to be.
Yeah, I am enjoying. I'm not a fan of the book's artwork, and I haven't read any of the GI Joe stuff. I've just been sticking to the Transformer stuff. I was thinking about going in on the trades, but I'm not a fan of the artwork. Transformers that have teeth still bother me. I don't know if it's the grittiness of it or what. I'm just the story wise cool. I'm in, but artwork. Now this last book I've enjoyed a little bit more, and I think it was who was it? Augie. Augie, like when he was changing the pages, he said he's like I got these feels, and like he clipped in remember the bumpers back in the day, and like if that sound when it would go like from the Autobot symbol to the Decepticon symbol and back out like that as he was flipping the pages. And I'm like, you know what? Now, like when he put the sound to it and all that, I'm like, I can see that. That's pretty cool. So I am cautiously optimistic.
Okay. Mr. E Prime, how do you feel about this, man?
So this is Robert Kirkman, right? Is involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Have you guys watched Invincible?
Very little,
okay.
But I've seen clips and here and there.
This is a double-edged sword here, right? I'm caught up with the Skybound book so far, and they're killing characters off left and right in that one. It's been very.
I mean, spoilers.
Look, they're 25 issues in. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They've been going on for over a year. I don't want to hear it, guys.
I'll forget.
Optimus Prime stepped on a fucking deer in like first couple issues. If you haven't caught up yet, that's your own fault. If you watch Invincible, right? This is also Robert Kirkman on Amazon. It is a very adult cartoon. If you're going to go this route, basing off of what we're getting from the comics, I'm pretty sure they're going to make some story changes. But
I tried, Ricky. I'm sorry.
I don't give a fuck. Oops.
Ricky, the deer was not integral to the story. It was basically a red shirt.
Oh, I understood that reference. Goody.
No, I think it could work. It's got to be better than what we got on Netflix recently, or whatever it was a couple years ago, when Netflix tried their version,
like the Earthrise and Siege. And all
that. Yeah, and just knowing it's Kirkman, seeing what he's done with Invincible, the comic, and now with the Invincible cartoon, they're going on season 5 now. I think 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it if it actually happens. That's another thing. Like I'm gonna keep my hopes tempered until it actually really comes out.
I think. Are you okay if I jump in?
Good.
Oh, I didn't want to cut him off. I think what we have to be careful of is kind of like what happened with the IDW stuff when Hasbro decided, like, hey, you do your own thing, blah, blah, blah. I got popular, I got big. And then Hasbro was like, hey, we're coming to you with these ideas. We want you to put in XYZ, as we own the stuff, you should do these things, And when they started doing like the Combatter War stuff, and then the IDW stuff started taking a hit because it wasn't just the people involved in the comic now coming at it You know what I mean?
Creatively,
Thank you, God, thank you. Um,
hooked on phonics.
I know it did not work for me. That Hasbro got involved and started mucking it up, and I think as long as we try to avoid that, I think we've got something there with that, you know. And I feel like the same thing. I liked the broad brushstroke idea of the War for the Netflix trilogy. I liked that, and I think they could have expanded that so much more. But one thing I didn't care for was like the animation, how it was like this is what the toy looks like, and this is exactly what the animation figure looks like, vice
Mm-hmm.
versa.
Well,
You know,
it was nothing but a toy commercial.
no, exactly. You know,
And no, I don't expect that with this. With this new series that they're doing, I don't think you're gonna get that.
Yeah, I hope not. Again, I do hope Hasbro stays out of it. I do hope it doesn't just become a toy commercial. Give me a solid story like they're telling, man, and give me an adult theme. I'm really excited to see how they integrate the Joes in there. It's going to be what was the Joe thing that you recommended to me a long time ago? Not a long time ago, but the one
Renegades,
Renegades, and that was a more serious Joe story, and that was pretty good.
very, very more serious Joe
Yeah,
cartoon. It was
give me
only
more of that, man. I'm excited for this. I hope they stick to an adult theme. I hope it's not too kid. No ha-has, don't no bad acitrons. Like, just give me a nice, gritty, awesome story. One other thing I want to ask everyone is the voices. Obviously, the three of us, we grew up in a time in the beginning, and those voices to us are iconic at this point. Is it time to move on?
yes,
I hate to say it, but yes, like I love that that deep rumbly I am Optimus Prime, you know, and Autobots roll out. Like I love that. I saw Peter Cullen and Frank Welker 2020 at GalaxyCon. I did a meet and greet with them, all that stuff. They were fabulous. They were absolutely awesome. And then at the panel, they did a script read. They kind of like made their own thing up, you know. And some of it was stuff that they really like their characters never really said, you know. But when I was sitting in the audience and I heard Peter Cullen, you know, Autobots roll out, like, dude, I got chills. Like,
Yeah.
I started,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I just got like so emotional. Like, I started tearing up. Like, I mean, dude, hearing it as a kid and it's being like the only consistent thing in my life, and I don't mean this in a rude way to my parents, because like I still talk to my mom, not really so much my dad. But the only thing that's in my life for my childhood, other than my brother, are Transformers. That is the only thing that's been consistent my entire life. I don't know why I latched on to them. I don't know why I gravitated to them. I don't know why I still do. But I did, and I'm glad I did, because I met you all because of it. But hearing that Autobot, you know, just it does something, you know.
Mhm.
But they're not going to be around forever. I don't mean it in a rude way.
No, it's reality.
Yeah. But we need to start. I'm not saying I don't want an imitator either. I don't want like, here's a guy trying to do his best imitation of Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime. I don't really think we need that either. I was perfectly fine, but I mean, I didn't know how I was going to feel about Chris Hemsworth doing Prime. I was okay with it.
I didn't hate that either. I'm with you.
You know, I think the voices, I think the voices were good in Transformers 1. I would be absolutely okay with that moving forward. You know,
all right.
Mhm.
This is what I disagree with. I don't want, because when I watched Transformers One, all I heard was Thor and Scarlet Witch. I am all for moving on, but I don't want some big name. You need to bring someone that you don't know, where the voice isn't going to make me think of something else, and that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, so you kind of want it like it was back in the day. I mean, like, Ironhide didn't sound like Peter. He has a distinct voice. So it's a voice actor doing a voice. You know what I'm saying? I get what you mean, though. You don't want him to sound like Thor. You want him to sound like a character.
Yeah, like I hear Prime talk in Transformers One. I'm just thinking of I'm not seeing or feeling Prime. I'm thinking and hearing Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
That so I would just I think they need to move on and not do Cullen and them. One for one reason they are getting older, and you don't know if they're going to make it through, and then you don't want to change halfway through.
Hmm.
I just want I just think you're better off with voices of people we don't know to do this.
Yeah, I didn't. I completely get where you're coming from, and my concern with having known people, because like, let's be honest, the reason they got some of those people to do those voices was because of name recognition alone.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't hear that. Like, yes, I was aware it was Chris Hemsworth, but I didn't hear that same. But I can see where you're at. But again,
And I don't think they did bad. Just to,
oh
let me
yeah, no.
say that. I just want to say before people in the chat go ape shit. No, I don't think they did bad. I think they did a good job. It's just I just don't want to think. If I'm watching this, I want to be.
You
I
want
don't
a
want to
unique
be
voice.
thinking. Yeah, I don't want to be thinking of Thor and Love and Thunder and screaming goats and no.
Yeah.
Or be like, damn, that's Scarlett Johansson. Hmm. No. Maybe I need to go watch Black Widow instead. No, I don't need that. I want this
Don't
to
watch that.
be
Don't watch
Yeah,
that.
no one needs to
new
watch Black Widow.
and unique.
Yeah, and who was it? Ricky said Gary Chalk did a good, and I liked him as Primal.
Yeah.
I think there was a good distinction, right? But again, you want to bring him in. He went through a cancer scare. Was it last year? And he's also getting older. I really did enjoy David Kay's Megatron in Beast Wars. But I think like I would not want a 1-to-1 or close to 1-to-1 voice of whoever replaces these characters. But I feel like it should be in the same vein or the same tone, like tonally, right? But I don't think it should be someone trying to do their own. Like I am doing my impersonation of Peter Collins.
Yeah.
Past that, I'm fine with it.
I agree.
I'm okay because we need, it's got to start branching out.
Yeah, they did a table reading not too long ago on YouTube. I think it was the guy who did Prowl and obviously Peter Cullen and Frank were there and a bunch of other people.
Oh,
And-
was this the like they did like the first 3 episodes? They showed like the Alamo Draft House for the anniversary of it, like 2 years ago or something.
I don't remember, but it
Okay,
might have been
continue.
involved in
Sorry.
that. But no, I mean, it just it didn't sound great. Like it's just it's I wasn't impressed. It just didn't. It sounded like old guys really was trying to act how they could. But I mean, it's been 40 years. The voices just aren't holding up. And that's just the way it is. So
I mean,
yeah. Good.
X-Men '97, right? Just a perfect example, right? They try to bring back as many of the voice actors as possible, and you can hear the difference in Rogue. She does not sound the same as she did in '97, and it was a big topic of debate when it came out about how Rogue sounds and her voice just isn't right, and you're feeling it's not right because you're expecting a certain thing from what you got before. That like Wolf said, these guys are getting older. Some things are going to change, and if you do try to bring in Peter Cullen and he no longer sounds like what we used to, it's going to distract from the show, and it's going to start you're going to hear people saying, why doesn't he sound right? Why doesn't he sound like Optimus Prime? Which is why, again, you need to just start fresh.
Yeah, in the X-Men cartoon, I mean, you could hear how they used to sound, like a little bit here and there, but it wasn't perfect. I totally agree with that. But
yeah, and like in my mind, I get, and I may be ignorant. He may, I don't know, but like for some reason in my mind, like he shouldn't. But I also get this feeling that like Peter Cullen's a smoker. Like I just get that vibe.
I have no idea.
But if he, as a voice actor, he probably shouldn't. So I don't think he does. But who knows?
I want to highlight something. I want to highlight something Jeff said here because I was thinking about this. Will the original actors do what James Earl Jones did and sell their AI voices to the IP? What do you think about that prospect?
No.
The idea of that.
I don't want it. I don't. Again, I don't want an AI voice. No, I mean AI's come so far, but no.
Yeah, speaking of James Earl Jones, again, that was another one when he did it in Rogue One. You could hear it a little bit, but it wasn't the same.
Mm.
But no, I think it's consensus is pretty clear. It's time to move on. Give me something original. Don't give me some imitators trying to imitate the voices. Give me something original. Like I know people like Starscream high pitch. Maybe we don't do that this time around. I don't know, but I think people would complain if they didn't do that. Who knows?
The only thing I think that needs to be consistent is Soundwave still has to have that same modulated voice.
Yeah,
Soundwave a woman.
I'll go. I'll agree
make
with you on that
Soundwave a
one.
woman.
Make Soundwave a woman.
Oh, jeez.
And no Rodimus at all. Just leave Rodimus completely out of this fucking show.
If Soundwave was a woman, would there be 2 chest compartments for the cassettes to come out of?
All right, that's my fault for going down that route. All right, let's move on.
That's you. That's your fault.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Let Joe go.
Joe.
Gotcha. So, I came up with a couple of little things. So one is, again, so now, back, was it February we were dealing with like the tariff stuff, right? And it seems like we're back and forth with this again now. And when is it going to get to the point, or like I'm kind of at that point again. I love my stuff. I love the fact, like, just what we talked about, like the keeping the franchise going. But I'm getting to that point where I'm almost with mainline stuff. I'm like, if I'm going to pay this much, I might as well just go straight full in on third party.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Mixmaster for mainline Constructicon sitting in my pile of loot. I ordered it at, I think, $35 from Big Bad. They sent me this thing saying, hey, the price went up to $39. If you want to cancel it, you can. But it is cheaper than what we're currently offering it for, which I think was $43. And so I was like, and again, I don't have it yet, so I don't know what all. I haven't shipped my pile of loot yet. I am not on that Scott plan where they'll actually ship me my stuff at a reasonable amount of time, but I haven't hit ship yet. And so I did look up a review for it, and it only comes with his gun, right? There's nothing, and I don't know if you all have it or not, or someone in the chat that has it, let me know. But the only thing I saw was just the figure and the gun, right? And $43 for what is essentially, I mean, I know they've went away from size is price. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But $43 for what is essentially a deluxe size piece of plastic with a gun. I'm at that point to where I'm like, would I rather spend my money on Joe's? I can't go in on all this. I can't go in on the vehicles, but I think even Joe's are up to what, 27 now?
The basic figure is
Something
20,
like that.
27, 28. I don't know what the next one up is, like deluxe figures. What are they, like 40 now?
Yeah, I think so. But I do feel like I get more of my money though for them. Like I got the Scorpion, the Desert Scorpion figure, and I feel like I got more out of my value and playability and accessories and stuff like that in the Joe line. So, I'm at that, like, all right, these are the things I'm finishing off, and I kind of want to be, I don't want to keep dumping money into something for just, again, this goes like with the Fans Toy stuff. When the Fans Toys up their prices, at what point do I say, because my plan right now, again, with my collection is, here is for my mainline stuff is like, here's the best version of this character. And as it gets better, it gets replaced. Like, this was, what was it? The Titans Return Sea Spray.
Yeah.
I just went and got the retro one from Walmart. That's the upgrade. All right.
Is that 25 now for that scale?
30.
30.
30.
Good Lord. Okay.
I had it in my Walmart shopping cart to order online from Walmart for $30 or $25. And I went into the store. I went into a store. I was like, just curious if it's here. And sure enough, it was. In store, it was 30. Um, and I'm like, I just can't. Like, is that, eventually getting to that point where is it worth replacing this with that price with the fans toy stuff? I'd love to upgrade my Jazz. I've got the Zeta Jazzy,
Mhm.
And I wanted to upgrade, but $130 for a slight upgrade, was it worth it? So I'm kind of guess um is there a point with you all and anyone in the chat squad? Is there a point to where you're going to say, you know what? As much as I like this stuff, for what I'm paying for mainline, I might as well just sink a little bit more money into a third party version of it. And again, I know third party is either masterpiece size or legend size, or all right, I'm just going to stop sinking money into Transformers and I'm just going to focus on Joe's or focus on this other line.
That was a long, long time to get to your question.
I'm a long-winded motherfucker. You know that. You know I will talk.
You know that.
So I'll be quiet now and y'all can answer.
Good. E.
I think it's all subjective on individually. Like, I don't know what's my breaking point. My breaking point has been right now space. Right, Joe's came out. I was 100% all in, and then it got to the point where I now have like 3 full billies of Joe's only. I don't got space for other stuff, and I backed away on the Joe's to make space for other things. Price wise, look, I think being upset and complaining about price too much is just a waste of my energy. I have no control over it. It is what it is. They're going to charge what they're going to charge, and I'm either going to say buy it or don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, with raising prices, I mean, endless swapping out was getting to me before even tariffs were even a thing. Like buying 3 different versions of like a side swipe figure, and like it's just like, is this worth it, man? Like, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, the way things are going, it's definitely I can't go in all in anymore. I gotta I gotta pick and choose. I gotta be more careful. Like I don't mind spending a couple of extra dollars on a figure that are not a couple extra dollars. I don't mind buying a figure that might not mean too much to me, but like for that couple extra dollars, yeah, I definitely gotta scale back on that. It's definitely been a thing for me too.
And it helps me control myself. Like, why am I spending $27.99 on a figure or character I don't give a shit about
Mm-hmm.
from the line? Like talking about Joe's. When I'm buying the Vipras and the Shadow Trackers. Like, why? Like, I don't even know who this character was. I didn't have him as a kid. There's no nostalgia there except for the fact that it's labeled G.I. Joe. So why did I waste my money on it? Why am I taking up that space? So it's just gotten me to a point now where I'm slowly backing up. I mean, the only thing that I feel like I'm all in on right now is obviously Masterverse, He-Man. When you talk core characters, unfortunately, in my work mind, it's pretty much all of them to me are core characters. But again, that ties into the fact that I had all of them as a kid. So there's the connection there. And probably right now with the Aldi Transformers, I'm trying to get all the characters that they make. I am all in on them. They're small and they're inexpensive. I guess I am not of that mindset where if it doesn't transform, it's not a transformer. You know, and I also
Eric
feel
B wants a word with you, buddy.
I don't care. You know where to find me. But why? And also, I'm too old to be pissed off. I want to sit there and spend an hour and a half trying to figure out a Fansoy transformation and then complain about the ankles or how the feet look. Like, what's the point? I spent $200 something on this and I'm not happy when I'm done with it. that's just how I've been thinking lately. So
Yeah, I was going to, and that's one of the other questions I was going to bring up is as the price, and again, it's like I'm not really necessarily bitching
I'm
about
gonna
the price.
pause you
It
real
is what it
quick.
is. Okay,
I'm
go.
gonna pause real quick. Ricky, I am not out on Joe's. I am far from out on Joe's. I am just being more selective on the characters that I buy.
It's not funding the HasLabs.
Probably won't be funding any more HasLabs for Joe unless it's like a whale or a Thunder Machine.
Mhm.
Any of the other vehicles, I'm just can't. Get. I'm
Agreed.
sorry, Joe.
No, don't apologize. Like I said, I know I can talk a lot, so by all means, hop in, cut me off, whatever. It's good. My other question, like, and I think I know where you're sitting now, E, was going to be like, as the price goes up, does that affect the joy, the reward or whatever, the happiness you get from buying said thing? Is it
As long as it's only when it turns out to be a poor quality purchase, right? And I guess quality will depend on price, meaning, I don't expect out of a Marvel Legend what I expect out of a Mayfix figure right now.
mm-hmm.
Um, I don't expect out of a mainline figure what I would expect out of a Fansoy's figure. But as those prices keep climbing, that might change.
Agreed.
Gotcha. What do you think, Wolfie? You got any? Does the price affect your emotional reward for?
I mean, I'm not thrilled about it, but like, I'm still like $3 extra for basic Joe isn't really killing me. Like, I'm still all right with that. I don't collect the other mainline. Oh no, yes I do. I'm sorry, excuse me. I do collect the Black Series and Marvel Legends. Transformer wise, I only do third party anyway. So, I mean, we're getting there. I don't know. It's right now. Right now, I'm content, but we'll see how as time goes on how I feel about just these how things are going. I don't know. We'll see.
Gotcha. Like the way it affects me is like I'll look at a figure and I'll say, and I've got a weird way of looking at money because money really impacted my parents' relationship with money, which ultimately is one of the significant reasons that led to them separating and divorcing, has affected me and how I view money. And I have this weird thing, and I don't know if other people do or not, but I have this weird thing of like looking at something and be like, is this worth, do I feel like this is worth 30 bucks, or 40 bucks, whatever the case may be. And when I'm looking at some of these new figures coming out, again, I G.I. Joe, the Desert Scorpion, 40 bucks, I think is what it was now, 35, somewhere around there. Cool. Like I feel like I get my money's worth. And I don't have that little nagging, like this was someone got something over on me or something like that. And that's not exactly what I mean, but that's the only words I can think of right now. Versus I get one of the new Constructicons and it's got hollow legs, it's got, thigh gaps and stuff like that. Like I'm like, I don't like, I know more money. I know the mart of the price is the engineering for that, but I'm also like, I don't know about this. Like I got the 4-pack that Horrible came in. And other than forearm holes, like otherwise I'm happy with it because I don't really care about the back because I don't display my figures back facing front. But I feel like, okay, that was 90 bucks. That's $20 a piece, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I'm happy with that. It's just those occasional purchases of like Mixmaster being $42 without in my mind, from what I've seen, is that worth it to me? No, but I know some of y'all give me crap about the plasma, but you know what? That's funding my trip to come up and harass Wolfie in December. That's paying for my hotels, my con ticket, and all that stuff. Which,
Yeah, speaking of Peter Cullen, I gotta try and meet that dude. Go ahead, E.
No, I think I think anybody who's a collector has those thoughts. Like, is this worth the price on what you're buying? I do the same thing. I'm like, I don't want to spend 20, $30 on this. It's not worth it, right? Um, the Jack specific Simpsons figures, right? Like, if they were $25 a piece, I wouldn't buy them.
Mhm.
It was just when they wouldn't be worth it. But at the $12.99 that they are, yeah. I was talking about it earlier before we started. I got in that Jada Toys Frosty the Snowman.
Hmm.
I mean, it's Frosty the Snowman from the old Rankin Bass, right? But it was still like a $50 figure, right?
Yeah.
But when I saw when I originally saw the price, I was like, ugh. But when I got it, it's Frosty. It has Hocus Pocus. It has an extra hand. It got extra heads and other pieces, and I was like, okay, this is a really good figure. I was actually happy with the purchase when I was done with it. Um, Quality wise, the amount of stuff you got for it. I mean, yeah. So I think it all depends on the figure, on the price, and I think all of us think that way, Joe. Is it worth this price when you see the price come out? We're expecting this week. I'm assuming people are hoping to get a price on that Arctic Hiss tank that's coming out, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's going to be the price? It is a remold. It is a remold, well, a repaint of the HasLab that we got. That was $300. But what are you going to charge us for this? That it's not a HasLab now, only coming with one figure, less accessories, etc. This price point is going to make a big difference on, I think, on whether people are going to buy this or not.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do that no matter what the price is, it's wrong.
Well, according to the community, it's always $5 too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
that was just my thoughts because, like I said, there's that, and we can circle back around. We still got time. I got maybe something else, but
So I'm gonna go to you next, Steve, but I need to fix this glitch. I'm gonna press the go live button again. I want to see what happens because I have no way to end the show otherwise. So apologies if something happens, folks. Hang on. You're probably gonna see the intro again. Hang on one second. Oh, there.
hey, look, y'all, we're live. It's official.
Now it's official.
No, it's official.
I think this whole show is not going to be there. But anyway,
Hey,
yeah.
we got
So
yeah, we're good. And then, but for anyone that like, I saw Eric Z say something about the plasma thing. Get it try. I'm getting $110 to $120 a week doing it, going twice. It'll cover a lot. It's a good little bump.
Alrighty,
so
what's
wait,
good?
real quick. Yeah, you think the Arctic Hiss tank with less figures, less accessories,
What's
no
electronics?
electronics is going to be more than the original HasLab was? That's.
I think it's
I mean, if
possible.
they do
I
that,
think it could be at least the same price.
so I mean, real quick, and this isn't part of my topic. I mean, but
No, let's hit it.
it will kill their chance of doing this again for the other vehicles. People are
Mhm.
not going to pay $300 for that Hiss tank with less, a whole lot less than you got the first time around, just for an alternate color. You need this to be successful so that you can then do this with the Dragonfly and give people that Tiger Force Dragonfly they're looking for and things like that. So that if this fails and not many people buy this, they're not going to do it again.
So, do you think? Here's the problem. Here's the. I don't want to say problem. How much has cost risen since that? How long? Well, number one, how long has it been since the original one has lab came
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
How
You've
much? How
had.
much has stuff gone up in 4 years?
I
We didn't have these tariffs 4 years ago.
look. This is an optics thing. It is literally just an optics thing
Oh,
for
I
your
know.
consumers. And if you try to sell that at the same price as you sold your HasLab, you're going to kill a lot of this market. You're going to piss off a lot. You're going to piss off every classified collector, and
I
then
don't.
you're gonna slowly kill your line. And my other counterpart to that is, if that was the price that you felt you had to sell it as, then you shouldn't have done it at all.
I don't
And obviously now is not the time for you guys to be doing this if it's going to cost you that much. I think it's going to be under 200 or 200 tops.
I think that's fair.
I don't disagree with you. Again, I just look with money stuff differently because of that's how it's affected me. But do you think they're willing to take? I don't want to say a loss because they would not do it for a loss. But do you think they're willing to take a significantly smaller margin to make it successful so that they could then do these other ones down the road where the cost is more related to today's prices?
No.
I think they should though, because if you want a sustained success out of this, then yeah, like if you kill it on your first shot, like then you're just people are never going to get the other things that they want. I mean, side note, I always felt that for some of these vehicles that do have multiple colors, they should just offer them up as a choice in the initial HasLab. Pick your color.
Hmm.
But I don't know how it works. But yeah, I don't like I said, if this thing is the same price as the HasLab, most people you're going to significantly tank the sales that you could have got because it does seem to have a bit of excitement behind it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you sell me with electronics, 5 figures, and all these accessories, and now you're selling me the same his tank just in another color with 1 figure, no accessories, no electronics, none of the extra bells and whistles at the same price, why the fuck am I going to buy this?
Yeah, if it's not under 200, I see people right.
I mean, I'm not buying it anyway because I just don't have the space for a fucking his tank in general at this point. But if I did, and yeah, I would have been in depending on the price. This is one of those things where price is going to really, really count.
Yeah, I'm curious. Isn't there an event tomorrow over in
Yeah,
London?
MCM London is going on right now.
Maybe we'll get some more information.
The Hasbro
tomorrow.
panel, the Hasbro panel is tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they'll
And,
get a pre-order date and the price tomorrow.
Speaking of Hasbro, right?
Mhm.
They have announced this new 375 line, right? Basically 3/4 line, right?
Yeah.
That's going to encompass other brands and properties, right? Um, guess my questions for you guys at this point is, why do you think they're doing this? Do you think this is going to work? Do you think Tron as a HasLab was the right property to launch this new
No.
subline that you're doing?
Mm-mm.
Are you interested? What are you hoping to see out of this line?
Maybe I'll let you start since I'll yak.
No, it's a tough question just because I don't collect 3 3/4 figures. Like, I have no desire to start a new collection. Like, I don't really have any interest in this. As far as your first question about was this the proper HasLab to start it with? No, absolutely not. This thing is it at 1,000 yet? Even
Mm-hmm.
It just broke 1,000 this week.
just broke 1,000. Needs 10,000. No,
10,000 backers.
I mean,
and it's been on for over 2 weeks now.
I saw this meme the other day about Tron, and it said it's the one where the Dr. Manhattan sitting on the rock in Mars. You know Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, it's 1982, and the movie Tron has bombed, and it's another panel. It's 2000. Was it 8 that movie came out? And Tron the movie is bombed, and it's like 2025. Tron the movie has bombed again.
I saw that.
It's not a. I don't think it was the right franchise. Even when it has like no, this wasn't like an in-demand or a property. Like how many of us were here? We're going, man. I really wish they would do Tron figures.
I feel like that would be good for the like the limited release pre-order window thing that they do. I feel like it'd be good for that.
I mean, I don't know. Like the speed this is going, it just that speaks volumes to me. It was definitely the wrong one.
Yeah, so I concur. I don't think this is good for a HasLab. I think it should have been the limited release crowdfund. I think that they're doing the 3 3/4 line because if you remember, one of the reasons that you got Joe's and Star Wars in 3 3/4 is because of the price of oil going up back in the 70s. So that rose the cost. So you had a lot of 12-inch figures, right? And then with that, you got those 3 3/4 figures that brought costs down. You got to use less plastic, things like that. I think that might be this too. Whereas, kind of going back to moving a little bit back to my topics, like now you've got this deluxe size figure that's 35 to $40. It's getting a little bit much, but now you can scale down. You can perhaps get a bigger margin on this. Now you're selling this 3 3/4 for, and I'm picking a number. I don't know, because I know there's Star Wars vintage just out there, and I don't know what they're going for. I'm probably Esteban would know, but if we can sell this 3 3/4 Joe for $12 and make 6 off of it,
I think
then
you can ship more also for the price.
Yeah,
I think that's a big.
I think that's a big part of it.
Point of what's going on right now, the tariffs and the pricing and costs, and which is why they're going to this new subline. Cat Wolf, I'm sorry, I know I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say, I think the vintage series is currently $20 a figure now.
Esteban's in the chat. I think he could tell us.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm sorry, but $20 for 3 3/4 is ridiculous.
You're not wrong, right? Especially for a property that you own, like let's say G.I. Joe, right? They own G.I. Joe, right? And Wolf, you're saying you wouldn't go in on a new line, but now what if they bring back not O-ring? Like, have you seen what Haya Toys is doing?
Yes.
With G.I. Joe, right?
Yes.
What if they did something like that, where basically it is a classified figure, just a quarter of the size? I know it's hard after 4 or 5 years of being in this classified line to think about switching. And I don't even know if they're going to do G.I. Joe, right? They got Super 7 doing O-ring right now.
Right.
They might not do G.I. Joe, right? But I think I might have to take a second look at what I'm doing. Because if they're going to go into 3 3/4 for Joe's again, and it is popular, and you do it kind of like High is doing it, I'm talking about a cheaper figure, right? Well, I don't know how much, but it would be cheaper than the $27.99, and you're talking space. Now you're talking I can fit vehicles in back into this collection. Now you can maybe get a Defiant, which I honestly think if you were going to do 3 3/4, something like a Defiant as a HasLab would have been a better way to relaunch your 3 3/4 line, even if you're not doing more Joes down the road, doing something like a Defiant or maybe even a fucking Flag, like something out of the properties that are synonymous in our youth for 3 3/4 line. That's what you should have done, not Tron. That nobody gives a shit about Tron.
I still don't understand that. Like, I get the movies coming out, and if you're going to do it, now's the time. But I don't get it.
Wasn't in the group chat we're on? Didn't who shared the thing that of the guy who was in the marketing meeting for this?
I think it was Brink.
Did
I think it was Brink.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll find it.
But look again, not Brink. Tron was never going to be successful. I don't know who thought it was, and I don't care how good people are saying the movie is. That's fine. That's great. I'm glad it is, but nobody's going to see it. It's bombing in the box office because nobody's going to see it. It doesn't have the fan base to support a HasLab, especially at that price, almost $300 after tax and shipping. And you're asking for 10,000 backers.
You'd be lucky to get 5.
This is going to fail. I don't know why. I don't know who thought this would work over there. But
yeah, so I have the thing that Brink shared. I can read it to you guys if you want. As part of the market research team, it was a choice of 3 HasLabs, 4 light cycles, 2 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, in four figures for $199. The bikes had both wheels rolling and it lit up with wireframe cuts in the bike mold itself that allowed it to glow. Well, all also allowed it to glow. All also came with a foot plus long light rail that was flexible, that plugged into the back and lit up through the entire thing, and came on a light up base. It was that or two light cycles in 6-inch scale that did all the same. Second choice was the tank that they had, the wireframe cuts that gave it the glow, and the 3 3/4 or 6-inch for $260. It came with a figure and really nothing else. But the third choice was to scale in 3 3/4 reclamator vehicle playset that was massive and had all the wireframe cuts lit up and had 5 figures for $499. They cut out 2 bikes, dropped 2 working wheels, added a figure, dropped the lights and flexible light trail, and upped the price. And it is absolutely insane that anyone would back this.
And I think that, look, besides doing Tron in the first place, anything Tron for a HasLab, when I think of Tron, you think of the light up bikes.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, if you should have, they at the very least, they should have went. I think out of those options, the $199 option with the bikes that light up.
Yep, I do not disagree. I don't think no matter what you done, the higher the price would have made it harder to eat that call, or to eat the. You raise the price, you're not going to get as many backers for Tron. You lower the price, I think you're more apt to make it.
I don't think they'd have made it anyway, but
I don't think at 10,000. I don't think so either.
But their choice out of their 3 was definitely a mistake. I don't know what people had said in this meeting, what was voted for. I remember when you talked to Lenny at New York Comic Con, and he was telling us how well the Snowcat tested in the focus group. I would love to know how more on how this tested for them to come up with this decision. But I digress here. Regarding this 3 3/4 line, I don't think it's a bad idea if you do this right. Well, can you bring in new properties that you haven't done before? Yeah. Are you going to be able to bring in double dippers now, like classified people? Are they going to go in on this? I don't know. Marvel Legends, are you going to bring back that old Marvel Universe line where you're doing the 3 3/4 line? After how many years of 6-inch Marvel Legends and these massive collections people have put in? You think that they're going to start over again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think if they're really going to do this, it needs to be properties that they have their hands on that they're not putting figures out for right now. Like I believe, like they own Dino Riders. Like there you go, 3 3/4 Dino Riders, right? I think that would be a good move if they really do own Dino Riders. But other lines like that is what they should do. And you know, is this going to mean, are they going to stop the 6-inch lines in favor of this? It's going to piss a lot of people off.
I can't see them
piss a lot of people. Exactly, that's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, I might.
It's a risky move on Hasbro's part, depending on how they play this and what's going to come out in this 3 3/4 line. What's their price point, and what are these figures going to look like? Are they going to look like the Super 7 O-ring figures? Because if so, then I'm out. I got no interest. Because what Super 7 is doing with their Reaction Plus line, it's just basically a 80s Joe. Right. Same look, same deco, same paint or lack thereof. There's not much detail to them. And at $22, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see myself. I can't see myself just starting again. I can't. again, just especially with, I mean, God, the Motu going from classics to spending all that money on the classics and then getting in on the new Eternia. It's just I can't do it again. Like I have no interest in any of this.
But aren't you masterpiece people doing it anyway? Constantly switching out
Well,
for the
that's what I'm
better
talking
one.
about. Like even I'm like at a point where I got the DX9 sideswipe, right? Like Fans Toys a few weeks later announced theirs. I don't want it. I really don't want it because I just it's with the third sideswipe figure that I no, actually no, because I got the original, the plus, and now this one will be the fourth time I'm buying sideswipe. I can't do it anymore. Like it's not just 3 3/4. It's just everything. Like I don't want to keep switching out. So no, not. I'm out. I'm out on that. Absolutely out.
I would probably go in on just the vehicles because so much in my mind and so much of GI Joe, the vehicles were just as much as the characters.
Correct. And
And I think I would probably go back in on like you know how they like would release a vehicle with the driver. Like that's probably what I would do. I would do that. Not saying I'd go in on all of them, but I would cherry pick the ones I want. I would not be opposed to a 3 3/4 Joe line for space sake, for variety of vehicle sake.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just
that
because.
yeah, if they did Joe's in vehicles, I'd have to take a look. Whether I'd purge my classified collection, that's a big no-no right now because you don't know how successful this is going to be and how deep they're eventually going to get.
Yeah.
If you start with brand new properties that nothing's come out with yet, and they look good, let's say like again, like if they did a Dino Riders line, I would probably be all in. So like immediately, I'm like, I'm in. Yes.
What properties do you think they could pull in that would?
I don't know. I don't know what they own at this point right now.
You talk to
I mean,
yourself, and I'll figure that out.
I'm gonna say a lot of that went to
You
Loyal
know,
Subjects.
yeah, but they own a lot.
Mhm.
Hasbro's sitting on has a very large vault of properties that they can choose from. Hasbro obviously partners with Disney very well. It seems. What if they 3 3/4 inch aliens figures, or Predator figures? Maybe depending how they look, I might go in. It all depends, right, on what we're getting from this line. But to replace what I've done already, that's a very, very tall ask and probably a 95% no right now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll be 100% no. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it again. I'm tired. My wallet's tired.
So
I can't do it.
yeah, just doing a quick one. Action Man, and this includes board games too. Axis and Allies, D&D, GI Joe, Littlest Pet Shop, Mr. Potato Head, My Little Pony, Nerf, Peppa Pig, Pound Puppies. It says Power Rangers, but I thought that was someone
They
else.
own the Power License, Master License.
Okay.
That they gave it to Playmates or the
Transformers, Mass Magic, Micro Machines. Technically own GoBots, and we've seen with how they're going with that.
Yeah, and you see, I think this is why I think it's a money move over cost right now. Because again, if you own the mass license and you're bringing back 3 3/4 inch figures, why did you lend this out to Loyal Subjects a couple years ago? This would have been a great line for you to relaunch your 3 3/4 inch line. I think the tariffs and everything that's going on has had a huge play in them deciding to start a 3 3/4 line and see the popularity of it. And who knows, like maybe they will start getting away from 6 inch if 3 3/4 becomes popular.
Oh God, don't even think about that.
Well, they got to survive. They're doing what? Look,
No, they
everybody's
survive
pissed
the
off
business.
right
I
now.
completely understand.
Like Augie's in here. He's pissed. I get it, Augie. Here's my thing. Why I will tell you not to be pissed off yet. Is this just another line of stuff they're doing? that's fine. If
Yeah.
you're replacing though what you've done and are stopping what you're doing with your 6-inch stuff, then then I think we all have a right to be upset. And Ricky, mass is close enough to consider a small inch figure line. Like, you want to play semantics here about 3 3/4, sure, go ahead. Um, but they're tiny little figures. Um, it would work,
Hmm.
and you could have made them 3 3/4.
Yeah.
You could, if I agree.
Yeah. And hitting up what Scott said, one, Logan is a horrible enabler. And Gort is a close second because of Gort. I got that came today.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, Logan's probably the worst enabler I've seen. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think I could be excited for it because we've talked about like on the last show with nostalgia, and I've talked to you all about it. Like, I love those feels. Like, yeah, I'll be 44 soon, and yeah, I'm an adult, but I still don't look at myself as adult. Like, I'm not one of those like age fluid people. That's not what I mean at all. But I'm like, if I can find something from my childhood that brings me that same childhood feel and joy, then I'm gonna go with it, And if
Mhm.
a 3 3/4 line does it, cool. But I also recognize like I've already I'm aware of the whole. I can't. There's a term for it. And I can't remember what it is. But basically, you're in so deep, you realize you should stop or quit or whatever it is. But you're in so deep, you keep going. Um, I've realized that with the 6-inch Joe stuff. But if they started coming out with 3/4 Joe that gave me more vehicles, I'd probably be in on that one. I knew of Dino Riders as a kid. I would probably maybe cherry pick, or I at least want to put my hands on it first. You know what I mean? Um, we've got some other bills that are coming up, and again, I'm going to that con, so I'm saving some money for that. But and the reason for the con is Welker and Colin are going to be there, so I want to do meet and greets and talks with them. But the mass stuff, like I would love to be all in on wave one of their mass stuff.
All
It's
right,
just right
and
now.
I just want to correct from what I'm reading right now, it's Mattel that owns the Dino Rider license.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Well, there goes that.
Well, I mean, who knows? But I still don't think, depending on what comes out and how it's done, I don't necessarily. I get it from a business standpoint. It's good not to have all your eggs in one basket, and depending on what it is and how it's presented, I could be not all in. The only thing I'm generally all in for is Transformers. Everything else is like homage to or something like that.
One other thing that would, worry me is, these tariffs, like they're up and down. Some days they're this percent, they're this percent. I don't know if they're definable. Like, what if they you start this 3 3/4 line, all of a sudden, like they're gone and things go back to normal, and and you're now you're in this line they're not going to do anymore. Like, I don't know. I can't see myself doing it.
I think we'll figure out in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
not
mean,
trying to
3
make it
years is a
politics.
long time.
Yeah.
Which is why I said, like, if they started a Joe line, let's say, I'm gonna watch, and I might be in, but I'm not purging my classified line as of the moment. I'd have to see that this line is gonna have some legs on it before I ever even consider doing that, and then having nothing, right? But
Yeah.
Joe, same thing like you said, like the fact of being able to buy these vehicles and updated modern versions of those vehicles like classified is doing, and have room for them more than what I was getting with classified, because I'm sorry, like everybody begging for classified vehicles, you know I think once you saw that damn dragonfly, I mean his tank was big,
Mm-hmm.
but then once you saw that damn dragonfly, I think a lot of people were like, holy fuck, what am I doing here?
Yep. I it's like I saw
And
pictures
then
of.
that rattler, right, is like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? And we were talking to Lenny again, me and Wolf, and this snowcat is bigger than his tank.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue. Like I knew those vehicles were big. I had no clue how big until I was at JD and Chan's last year and saw him on his table, and I was like, this is cool. This is friggin' awesome. Don't get me wrong, but these shelves behind me are, I think, 2 feet ish wide. I've got room on them. I've got on the bottom shelf. I've got the what the hell is it? It's the Cobra version of the Vamp. The
Singer.
whatever that is. Thank you.
Singer.
I got that. I got and then on the other side, I've got the Trouble Bubble and the Ferret, and they're kind of squished in there, you know. I need to get with Tyler about a stand for the flight bubble, the bubble, but to help get that up. But you know, I mean, that is a lot of real estate for 3 figures, you know. Whereas these 2 Transformer shelves are all the season 1 characters plus 3 combiners there, 1 combiner, his trailer, and then over here in the corners Jetfire plus, you know. So, you know, I'll be honest with you, if Hasbro started doing legend size, like true, like not like core class kind of janky looking Transformers, but they did something like this in 3 3/4 scale or something like that, I'd probably be down with that, you know. But you know, it's hard. It's gonna be hard for me to now. Well, is the Hasbro version significantly better than what I've already got?
Right. All right. Well, we got a few minutes left. Anyone have anything else they want to bring up real quick? I got a quick one we could do, but go ahead.
Yeah, do it quick. Go ahead, go.
No, I'm just saying it's TFCon Chicago this weekend. Of course, you know, tomorrow will be the traditional third-party panel. Any predictions?
Predictions? No. Wants? Sure.
X-Trans Bots will do something, and then Fans Toys will announce their
X-Trans Bots coming back to the show. They haven't been at TFCon for a while, right? Because I think I was reading that they're coming back, and I think they're going to have at least two product reveals.
One is Hook. I can't remember who the other one was, but I'm also like, I don't remember X-Trans Bots ever being there.
Well, I think what I mean is that I don't think they've been part of the panel for the last couple of years. If I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it meant? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Or I guess what they meant, because I wasn't sure what I don't know, but I wish I could go. I really do. I hate flying. If it was closer, I'd probably drove. I know Derek's driving. Found out that I don't know if y'all know him or not, Patriot Prime, another YouTuber. He doesn't actually live that far from me. He's driving up. But I can't justify that drive. So, plus also the Steel City Con again. I'm going to spend my money to go see Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, because how often do you see them in the same place? But continue.
No, but yeah, I think X-Trans Bots bring in 2 new pieces. I'm hoping one is the Trigger Happy. We haven't seen one of that yet.
No, we haven't. No. We saw the misfire, and we saw and we saw the grayscale prototype of Slug Slinger.
Yeah, it would be cool to see a working prototype of the Slug Slinger. I'm for the most part, enjoying their Target Masters. Excuse me.
Yeah. I am. Go ahead.
Good. Oh, you go. Good.
I am looking forward. I am excited. So that's something I'm excited about is them doing. It's like, oh, look, it's another. What was it? DX9's like, here's another Sideswipe. Now they're doing a Prowl. I'm like, we've got those characters. There's not a whole lot that you can improve on. Like, I love the fact that now we're going to Target Masters. I'd love to see more Headmasters. Mm-hmm. I was behind the 8 ball on the Fans Toys, and then when they reissued Mind Wipe and Weird Wolf, a lot of them sold out pretty quick. But I remember seeing, oh God, what's his name? The alligator. I can't think of it, but you know what I'm talking about. I remember seeing that. I think it's Chomp is what their name is, but I remember seeing him. Man, God, that's gorgeous. Like, I wanted to go in on him, but then I'm like, I want to try to backtrack all these, and
Yeah.
But I love Transformers. That's I think that's obvious. But
Why
like
we're
I,
here.
I love that they're going into some of these other things. Because I remember having like I've got these toys now. I didn't have a lot of the season one stuff when I was a kid. I had a lot of the show stuff, and I had a couple of season one figures. So by the time I was old enough to say I want this one or I want that one, that's when this stuff was coming out. It was the Target Masters and Headmasters and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward. I'm happy with what they're doing. And if anyone's looking for, there's Big Bad Toy Store has the white one, Runabout Runamuck, for like $55. The white one is $55, and then the
Buyer
black,
beware.
huh?
Buyer beware.
Yeah, and then the black one I think still at 85 or whatever. I still need to get me a second punch counter punch, one for each mode. But
Did that. I'm hoping to see some stuff from Robot Toys, more Beast Wars stuff, the Masterpiece scale stuff. I'd like to see their Waspinator, Depth
I love that
Charge,
Scorponok,
Rampage. What's that?
I love that Scorponok. I'm glad you
It's big. I think it was the biggest surprise for me this year was that toy. That's the one I was like, wow, this is really good. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I got him for $50 on Shozy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Shozy's like. I know the whole de minimis thing went away or whatever, but I don't know what Shozy. I don't know what Magic Square's doing, but they keep it up. I'm looking forward to that. But like I still look forward to the cons, and I hope that the third party panel stuff. Like I do miss that kind of excitement, but I think the internet has ruined that.
I don't think the internet's ruined it. I just think it's. I mean, what else? I mean, there's not a ton left to do. They're doing stuff that a lot of the stuff they're doing is stuff that's been done already.
Well, no, I get that, but what I mean is like the suspense, the build up to.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing this. Like, oh shit, I'm like, yeah, I get. How many times is someone going to do a sideswipe? But like was it Cyan Cultures, the one that did like the 4 foot, or was it Cyan? Whoever it was, Cyan Culture did whatever they did, but they also did the legend scale train bots. The next 2 are coming out. Like that kind of stuff I'm looking forward to.
E, is there any legends you want to see tomorrow?
I would like to see someone take a crack at Abominus finally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
or Predaking. No, that is not Abominus. I'm sorry.
Is it too stylized for you?
Way too stylized. Way. You look like a street shark. That first character. Overbite. Yeah,
I can see that.
Street shark. Yeah, no. I want something a little more G1 accurate.
I can't remember what the company name, but the one I know Logan. Like if you've seen what Logan posts for his hauls and stuff like that, those Abominus characters, those are they too stylized?
Yeah. Not only they're too stylized, they're also too big.
Gotcha. Well, I know they're not legends, but
yeah, they're not legends. I need a legend scale one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're going to MP, but you've got what Kang Toys is doing weird. They're doing 4 different scales.
Yeah, those Kang toys are again just
weird.
way too stylized for me. Like I'm looking for something a little more G1 accurate. So
yeah, I mean, I think Technobots, and to a lesser degree, I think the. All right, someone help me. I'm drawing another blank. The Abominus. What are those cons called?
Terracons.
Thank you. I think Technobots can be stylized and be okay. I think the Terracons, to a degree, can be stylized, but it's one of those things of like once it gets to be too much, you're like that's it. Like it's not a gradient. It's just like okay, that is too stylized for that. But up to a certain point, I think it's acceptable.
Who's doing the NPC cons?
I think it was TFC, wasn't it?
Oh no, it's Craftsman.
What?
Craftsman Toys is you must not have seen this in the chat. They're doing an MP scaled C-cons.
Really? I did not see
I didn't see that. No.
No, I know you saw it, E, because you said you didn't like it.
No, that was Overbite.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of the C-cons.
Yes. You guys are confusing me now. You're right. You are correct.
That wasn't Ripper Snapper.
No.
Oh.
No, fake fan.
Look, he said it was a street shark. I just took it as a whole nother figure. I mean,
No,
that's
no, I said it looked like a robotic street shark.
yeah, no. I get that, and I agree with you. But what I'm saying, when I saw, I think if it's the image I'm thinking of, it was the grayscale figure in that shark kind of mode. I thought that was I thought that was a stylized Rippersnapper.
No,
I think that was supposed to be over right.
Yeah,
it was
but
100%.
hey, Craftsman Toys, dude, I'm really enjoying their Technobots. Like that's one of those ones where if I just felt like spending the money, I'd go in on another set just for bot mode and then combine mode.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they do. I mean, I've heard the Computron's okay, so I'm curious to see how they fare in the MP scale game.
Yeah, the
But
transformation.
you see, again, that's another problem that I have, right? All right, so here you did, and at least you completed Computron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In Legend Scale, but now let's go now MP. Instead of, you know what, you might be onto something here.
Well,
Your Computron worked. Now where's your Predicate? Do something like that no one's doing yet. But now let's just
well,
yeah,
maybe
that's one thing I don't like. It's like when they hop around. Same thing with Kang's toys.
well, hold on, because maybe it's gonna be like a robot toy situation because they're doing Legend Scale and MP as well.
doesn't work. It never seems to work for these companies. You got to stick to one. Look at what happened with Magic Square right now. Everybody's loving their Combaticons, but look how the Legend Scale for them has taken a dive. They're just hardly, it's
I don't collect Legends, so I don't give a shit.
no, but it's come to a crawl with what they're putting out.
No, I
compared
understand.
to what they were before they were doing MP. So now you have Legends collectors who are like, what the fuck?
So if y'all remember last year, towards the end of last year, it might have been around this time, they said we're doing Dinobots and we're doing a combiner. And so far they've done exactly what they said.
Yeah.
Now,
but now
I agree. You're a Legend company, and now you've diminished the Legends output to then focus on this. But they're also, I think it's also in terms of business, it might be a good idea because you're diversifying.
Yeah.
The last MP scaled Combaticons that we got was Zeta, right?
Well, there was that, and there the DX9 was it DX Unique Toys. Excuse me, they did a set around the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was going to say it's all kind of around that same-ish time. So I mean, I don't think it was a bad time for him to do it because it was time for an update.
But again, you've done something that's already been done. When you have characters that people are still waiting for that have never been done.
Yeah.
You want to impress me? Do an MP scale fucking Predicate.
I would like to see Vance Hobby do more Pretenders. Speaking of characters that you don't really get. Because I did like their first Pretender that they put at that Metal Hawk. I'd like them to do some more. That'd be great if they did that.
One thing Hasbro did, and I think this would work for any company, that's why I'm throwing it in here, but was with their Pretenders, they did like the bot mode was like kind of reminiscent of what the Shell character was, and then the alt mode was what the Pretender turned into. Like I think that would work. I think that's really good. I really liked that with their Skull Grin. But they were different sizes too. The Iguanus was a core class kind of small guy turned into a motorcycle. But I think I'd love to see that.
I'd like to see someone do an Tailgate and Bumblebee, so I can get rid of that XGB and the official Bumblebee that's trash.
I'm trying to think. No one else has done a wind charger or no.
Tailgate.
Vance Toys coming out with the wind charger, aren't they? So a Tailgate will be coming.
They'll do it. Yeah, if we see that tomorrow, I'd be pretty excited about that. Maybe we'll see some color versions of the Technobots are doing, which I'm very excited about. Who knows?
I don't know. There's still hope. I do feel like the feels that I had for MP in 2017 to 2019, I'm starting to get again for third party stuff, not just masterpiece level, but just third party altogether. So I think it sucks that this kind of renaissance is coming now at a time when prices are going up and all that stuff, and there's this. I get not trying to get political, but all this pissing contest back and forth between us and other countries. But it is what it is. Either we're going to suck it up and spend the money, or we're going to say we're done, and that's up.
One thing I am excited about this weekend, and I guess we'll wrap it up here, is they're finally putting out Ram Horn. Excited to complete my tapes. Ram Horn looks good. Leon, hope you can come through for me. If not, that's fine. But I'm excited to get that one.
Yeah. Shout out to Derek B. He is. I sent him. I've got a sealed boxed Beast Wars Megatron, and I sent that to Derek B. And he's going to get that signed by David K. for me because I got Peter Chalk a couple cons ago on a primal sealed. So, looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah, Tyler, we couldn't afford Gort.
Cut back.
Gort was too expensive this week. Next week I'll be out and Gort will be back. All right, I think it's a good place to wrap it up. Thanks everyone in the chat squad for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Quick trip around the yard. Tell us where we can find you, Joe.
You can find me here with the rest of my RHP crew every other Friday. Football season from where I'm working is winding down, so I'll be able to hopefully make more of the hangouts. But here, Facebook, if you send me a friend request and I don't respond to you, probably because I want to meet you first or at least interact with you a little bit. Nothing rude or disrespectful there.
Show us standards.
It's just give me 5 years to retire, then we'll go from there. I am on Instagram. I have no clue what I am. If you're following either of these two Yahoos, then you'll probably find me. But it's a waste of time there. I don't really post anything. Other than that, I'm here with you guys, enjoying my every other Friday with some of my best friends.
E Prime, where can the people find you?
You can find me here every Friday night.
All right, and you can find me at Eric Von Wolfenstein on all your social media needs. Maybe coming to a town near you. Also, every Friday here on the Realm Hatton Project. And next week, where we'll be having our ROC hangout. So hope you guys join us then. I think, are we doing an after hangout after this unbroadcast?
Yeah, I'll put one up in a minute.
All right, yeah, we'll have the link out there. And that's it, folks. So thanks for joining us. And we'll be back next week. We'll see you later.
Pieces.
Say it with me now.
Round.